the best kind of mulch? Is it leaves? Is it wood chips? Or is it old rotted hay? Or hay straight out of the field? As the days get shorter and September comes to an end, now's the best time to mulch. I'm not telling you how to do it, I'm just showing you what I do. So come on, let's mulch. This second, I'm having a little problem. I still have too much planted in here to start bringing wheelbarrows in. You were here with me the other day when we did the cut and drop with the corn. I intend to layer in some wood chips, some leaves, and some hay over the top of this. This is all going to be this deep when we're done. I mean, look how deep it is now. Maybe an inch. But just look at that soil underneath there. When is the best time to start a deep mulch garden? Well, that'd be 7 years ago. When I first started this, I was using the mulch just to stop the weeds. And I thought the sun didn't hit the seeds and they weren't germinating. After a little more study looking at what plants need, in a living system, some plants need straight nitrates, and some plants like your ammoniums, and that comes with your more complex type life forms, the more organic matter. So when I was doing my studies, this is what I found. There's several types of mulch. There's the leaf mold, the wood chips, that's a back to Eden method, and then there's straight hay, and hay is a roost stout method. Then there's folks that have animals and they put on a manure, and that's a pretty good mulch. All of these mulches are a top dressing. None of these are tilled in. Yes, all plants are plants, but some plants are noxious, poisonous, grow really fast, spread their seeds, die back. I really like nitrate soil, where others are palatable. We enjoy eating them, we cultivate them. So we do set a difference between weeds and the plants that we like to grow. And the nutrients is definitely different. We want to have a balance of nitrates and ammoniums. And you get that by having a nice mulch layer. By adding a mulch layer, you're turning your dirt into soil. And what is dirt? Dirt is the different sized particles that make up the earth. It's the sand, the silt, the clay. They have everything that your plant's ever going to need. All 42 minerals are locked up in there. So is there a secret key to unlocking those 42 minerals? Which mulch is best? Well, they all bring something to the table. The key is you want to feed that soil. You want to attract bacteria and fungus. You want to have that soil improve. You want to have the pathways so the water can flow, so that the other micro life can thrive in there. It allows the plants to send out signals and attract the good bacteria and fungus that it needs to provide what it needs. It is a living system, and the only reason we put the mulch down is to improve the soil. How does this all work? In a nutshell, the sun photosynthesizes with the plants, and the plants make some sugars, which they produce as exudates, which is just they're putting it off into the soil, which attracts the life, and it all happens right there at the root zone. If you've got good improved soil, everything can move around as it needs to, right there at the root zone. Different bacteria and fungus produce different enzymes which break down the sand, silt, and clay. They consume and then excrete the minerals in a plant available form. The plants can trade the sugars to those bacteria and fungus for those minerals. It's a really nice partnership. You want to put it down 4 inches thicker, but you want to go thicker because it breaks down very fast, but you want to be careful. You don't want to pack it in there. There's a difference between aerobic, which is with air, which attracts all the good stuff, versus anaerobic, which is without air, which attracts all the bad stuff. Just like if you till, there's a layer where you get compaction, and that's all anaerobic, and that's where the bad stuff is, and the roots will only go down so far. When you put the mulch down, year after year, the soil improves, the roots go deeper and deeper, attracting more and more bacteria, making more and more of the minerals available to the plants, which just improves your garden over time. That's why we got to keep doing it. I look at the mulch on the garden as a cold compost. Yes, I mix my browns and greens, but I'm not bringing out a chemistry set. I'm not going to do that kind of work. It has to be easy or I'm not going to do it. So you do kind of want to know what your browns and greens are. I mean, your browns are all plant material that is dried. Your leaves, your branches, when they chip them up, cardboards and papers, which are made out of trees, that's all brown material. Now, all green material is everything that is green or was recently green. Even hay, when it's cut, is baled so that the animals can get the nutrition, so it's still considered a green when it's dry. You add a little water to it in your composting, it'll start breaking down like it's a green. Coffee grounds, which is the color of brown, is still a green. So just kind of keep all these in mind, but it doesn't matter. You put what you have together, you kind of mix it up, make sure it's not compacted real tight, keep it kind of fluffy, and spread it over your entire garden as thick as you can, whatever you can get your hands on. And what you want to get your hands on is what's in the forest. Pine needles, leaves, rotted wood, what you can get out of your yard, fallen leaves, grass. You save all of your kitchen scraps, you throw that all in there, and you do that every fall, and every spring you pull that mulch back down to this beautiful soil, you plant, and then the hardest work you're ever going to do in the deep mulch garden is harvest. When's the next best time to start a deep mulch garden? Right now, today, this fall. So that's what we're planning to do. Round 2 of the cucumbers are coming on nicely. I better get a little something picked before dinner. Remember, you can do this too. And right now is a perfect time to start a deep mulch garden. And if you want to see some more about deep mulch, click that link right there and I'll meet you right back in the garden. If you want to see more about the living soil, click that link right there and I'll meet you right back in the garden. And until next time, remember, take care of yourself, take care of your family, and God bless you. Come on, let's plant.
Let's go plant garden.